Hey guys, before this starts, I want to let you know I have a new Discord server. Normally I'm not on Discord too much, but this server was set up by the lovely @LeastandD on Twitter. So that exists now. Link is in the description. Let's get into it. I'm also going to release a regular video this week after this boring one, so stay tuned for that. This video is not going to have any crazy editing or anything. You can just listen to it in the background while you're doing something else. I just want to make this quick update video for the coming year. It's funny because I say that, but January is basically already over by now. First thing I want to get out of the way, since I keep getting questions about this, I'm not making the Genshin videos anymore. Because after Diluc 404, I was burnt out. The .exe style of videos are fun to make, but they take a lot of time and energy since I'm not only editing, but also recording all the gameplay and writing all the jokes. At the point when I made Diluc 404, I didn't even play Genshin anymore, because I got bored of it pretty fast. Like, it took everything I had to get to adventure rank 16, and by then I was so bored and tired of the game, I couldn't even bring myself to try the co-op mode, so I just uninstalled. I know that in Diluc 404, I made a joke about Xiangling 404 only getting 40k views, and both of those videos did really poorly for some reason, compared to the other Genshin videos. I know it's easy to look at that and say like, oh, you're just saying you're not interested in the game because you're not getting as many views, which is a valid conclusion, but that's just not the case. As of right now, I've made like 30 meme videos for Final Fantasy XIV within the past few months, and I have so many more in the works. Some of those videos have done relatively poorly and will never see the success that the Genshin videos did, while the video When You Arrive in Araeng was actually my most popular video on my channel before Genshin 404. I know it's weird to compare Genshin, which is a free game, to 14, but I think the reason I enjoy 14 so much is because it's just a much bigger game, of course, with a lot more features, from an extensive and amazing storyline that builds up and then busts the fattest nut in Shadowbringers. And there's just so much content, from the raids to buying and decorating your own house in-game. You can join your own band of potatoes. You can spend hours agonizing over how you're going to coordinate your outfits for each class, because you can't save parallel universes if you don't look cute. While 14 is going to be my default genre of videos, I'm still open to experimenting with other games. Right now, I'm trying out Black Desert, and I can't wait for Blue Protocol to come out and try that as well. If I'm bored enough, I might even play Apex or Valorant. Who knows? Anyway, this past year, 2020, I turned 21. But I don't drink, so that's a pretty arbitrary number to me and to most of the world outside the US. Being in college this year, I also took a gap year. So I took this fall to mainly job hunt and focus on YouTube, which at the end of summer 2020 wasn't doing too well. But it was really the one thing I wanted to do because college was making me pretty miserable, to be honest. Around the time I started posting on YouTube back in like 2018-ish, all I wanted were really friends, because I was super lonely. I saw all these big YouTubers who had tons of friends and fans, and I wanted something like that, you know? I was depressed my whole freshman year back in like 2018. I hated my classes. I wasn't really interested in what I was learning, which was computer science at the time. Now I'm doing IT. I built some basic websites. I built a few like really basic apps. Nothing crazy, but I wasn't super passionate about it the way I'm passionate about this channel, actually. Eventually, I realized that I hated math and coding, which was weird because everyone around me in my major seemed to love them. Second half of sophomore year, I changed my major over to film so I could try and learn something more relevant to what I wanted to do. But that just felt like a waste of time too. I learned a few things about cinematography, story, and writing scripts, but I feel like I could have learned all that from YouTube. I mean, in class, they literally made us watch YouTube videos and tested us on those videos. It just felt like a waste of time. Anyway, that sums up my spring and summer 2020. Which brings us to fall. I decided to take a break this fall and really go hard on my YouTube channel while also looking for work as an editor. I went around showing people my YouTube channel and what I could do. I got ghosted a lot. It was pretty painful seeing how much work I put into my videos at that point. Even though they were shit posts, and still having people say no to me. It didn't help either that my mom was pissed at me for taking a break from school and gave me shit for it every single day. My parents don't know about this channel, so it makes total sense why they'd be so pissed, thinking I'm just sitting in my room playing video games all day. Since I don't talk about myself much on my channel, or at all really, I have to let you guys know that my parents are both immigrants from the island of Haiti, and they're basically tiger parents. The main reason I haven't told them about my channel is because if my parents found out I was making weird videos like these instead of going to school, they'd get super pissed and just tell me how stupid it is since they're boomers, basically. I simply don't care about anime or video games or any of this stuff the way I do. 37k subscribers or not. So I had no friends, no more support, and nothing to lose. In a weird way, all of this was kind of motivating. It's kind of like what Michael Jordan said in the Last Dance documentary. I took it personal. Sure, it wasn't the most mentally healthy scenario, but it gave me a challenge, a chip on my shoulder, something to fight for. A couple months ago, I felt like an underdog both in life and on YouTube. I'm a broke kid from Florida with a dumb channel nobody believed in, and it was up to me to make a name for myself. Because this is America, and who doesn't love a good rags to riches story? Except I'm not really rich, I just have attention from a bunch of other weebs like me, who had their sense of humor degraded by the internet. So I took advantage of the free time I had last summer and fall, and made more polished videos. It was like going to the gym. I spent more time on my videos and my editing skills, and I started to level up. Now my fingers have six packs. The more time I put into a video, the more views it got, and slowly but surely, my channel was starting to grow, until finally I hit 1,000 subs in August after uploading every week for the last 2 years. Fortunately, I wasn't affected by the pandemic too much, and I'm a super introverted person, so if anything, staying indoors gave me more time to really go hard on YouTube, and the results speak for themselves. Now, by YouTube standards today, taking 2 years to get 1,000 subs after uploading every week is pretty bad. I know I'm not Dream or whichever generic white boy Minecraft YouTuber is popular right now, but that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with Dream, it's just a pattern I noticed in that niche. But I'm just doing me. One day, I'll post a Genshin Impact video, and the next, I'm making a college part-time adventure. On this channel, my creativity comes first, and if I make a few bucks off of that, cool. I won't lie though, for an overthinker like me, growing so suddenly did instill in me some level of imposter syndrome when Genshin 404 first came out. For a while, it felt like eventually the jig would be up, and people would realize that I wasn't as entertaining as they thought I'd be. I thought you guys would just get bored of me, to be honest. But thanks to this channel, I can focus on something that doesn't have to do with whatever terrible catastrophe is going on in the world. Even if just for a few hours. For me, this is the channel I would have wanted as a kid when I first started watching YouTube back in like 2007 to 2008. I like how I can surprise you guys every week. I don't have to stick to one game or series if I fall out of love with it. And yeah, my views will drop, but that's temporary. And when that happens, I just keep experimenting with things I really like to make up for it. That's life. Now, I do get asked once in a while for advice on YouTube from people who are just starting up. So I'll go over the advice I've given before. Keep in mind, I'm not a master at YouTube or anything, or whatever. These are just a few things that I learned. One major thing I did learn from last year was I was pandering way too much. And I ended up looking like every generic meme channel or anime meme channel on YouTube. I was pretty much trying to pander to fans of whatever anime was popular at the time, even if I hadn't watched it or finished it. In order to really reach people, you basically need to weld together all the things that make you weird and unique. I know that might sound contradictory, but there's a difference between pandering what's popular and experimenting with topics or media you actually like, because chances are there are clones of you out there who are looking for content about exactly the same things you like. Looking back, I was doing okay making anime meme videos and growing steadily, but if I only wanted views, I wouldn't have mixed in Final Fantasy and Genshin. I would just stick with what was working for me at the time. The only catch to all this is that you need to be hella patient. To put things into perspective, I've been uploading videos seriously for, like I said, the last 2 years, maybe 3 now since it's 2021. That's editing and uploading every week for 2 years straight. So when I get DMs from smaller YouTubers who are inspired by me saying they want to give up after only a few months, I laugh my ass off. But it's not in a mean-spirited way. I feel like a dad watching his kid talk about giving up playing soccer after losing 1 game. I'm just like, you've got a lot more losing to go. I understand the glitz and glamour around the idea of being a YouTuber these days. Literally everyone and their bedridden geriatric mother wants to be a YouTuber, but for a lot of people, it's going to take a lot of time. People love to point out the unicorns like Mr. Beast in the last few years and want to be like them, when even he does a ton of research on the YouTube algorithm that you never see. The reality for 99% of us is not that sexy, but all it really boils down to is be consistent and making sure you enjoy what you're making no matter how niche it is at the moment. If I'd given up at 1,000 subs, I never would have made Genshin 404, which is the one reason the vast majority of you are here, assuming you stuck around. I know I talked about narrowing your focus, but it's cool to try new things and to see what sticks. Your channel should be all about you and what you're into at the moment. That's the spirit of YouTube that drew so many of us back to the site in the early-ish 2000s and 2010s. You didn't need a bunch of fancy editing or a lot of expensive equipment or a team of animators. Sure, those are nice, but the best creators were the ones that had just had fun being themselves in their one tiny corner of the internet. The one thing real life couldn't ruin. Lastly, I want to give a shout out to my friends Mefala and Kainzu Spinner. I could not have gotten through the year without them. A few months back, Kainzu literally DM'd me out of nowhere on Twitter asking me if I could record a music video for him in Final Fantasy XIV. I straight up said sure, since that's low-key been a goal for me ever since I found Denmo McStronghuge's amazing music videos. If you're on the fence about 14 still, go check out Denmo's videos. You'll be stunned by what's possible in this game with enough creativity. Anyway, I filmed and helped him edit his music video for both Ghost of a Good Time, which I uploaded on my channel a while back, and Catacombs, which you can find on his channel, Bridget Spinner. For some reason, I just clicked with him and his friend group, so I just stuck around. And eventually, I ended up moving servers from Diabolos on Crystal to Sargatanas on Ether. It's crazy because if you asked me a year ago what I thought about people hosting nightclubs in an online game, I would have laughed my ass off and asked what kind of person would actually participate in that. But now that's me. Crazy. The past few months have been super fun, reading you guys' comments on YouTube and Twitter. You guys are hilarious. 1 month into this new semester and college is starting to get super stressful, so I'm grateful to have you guys around. You might see fewer videos here and there, but 1 month into this new semester and college is already starting to get super stressful, so I'm grateful to have you guys around. You might see fewer videos or they might take longer to come out, so I'll most likely upload a bunch of lower effort videos in between the big ones. Either way, the channel's not going away anytime soon. To clarify, I'm making this video to say thank you. Thank you for giving me a shot last year. Thank you for making my perseverance worth it. And thank you for watching my videos and sharing them, even that one WAP video. Remember that years are an arbitrary human construct. You don't need to give yourself extra anxiety by telling yourself you need to hit a certain milestone this year or else. Even after 2021, YouTube is still going to be here. A lack of patience is one of the ways us humans screw ourselves over the hardest. Having goals is great, but the bigger your goals are, the more patience you'll need to actually see them through. Just be patient with yourself and give yourself time. Nobody's watching you as closely as you think they are. Focus on yourself. Okay, I'm tired of listening to my own voice. Happy 21, now get out of here.